Well, I just thought today, I just realized that most people don't know what the boat looks like, period, when you're on the outside. Today, first off, today started out not as nice as I'd like it to be. It's about 56 degrees in the morning. Sun's come up, it's overcast, and it's now finally gotten up to like 62 degrees, which really isn't warm. At least to me, it's not warm. But I'm just going to show you around the boat a little bit today and tell you about some of the things I'm going to be doing. So let's just go downstairs. And see, this is my galley where I have what I do usually everything in the morning. I have my coffee first. Heat my water up, and make my coffee with that. And this is my sink. My cutting board, which is actually the cover for the stove, I usually just keep over here because I really don't have any place for it. I stow all my stuff, my pots and pans, my coffee, and some canned goods, and then the other ones I put down in what was the ice cooler. It's a storage bin right now. Miscellaneous stuff, and we'll go through in the back to the front. This is what they call the aft berth or quarter berth, which most of the time, this is actually pretty clean. Most of the time, what this means for most boaters is the aft storage area. But I've got it in pretty good shape now. I do have one set of shelves up there. And over here is my nav station, which is just another place I don't really navigate from it, I just use it to collect stuff. Like you'll see, is kind of normal for, I think, most of us on a boat. Come over here to my SETI area, which is really kind of nice, because this pole is the center of the boat, which comes down. This is actually what my swing keel line comes down and raises and lowers my swing keel. Goes up through there. And I leave this up all the time. Well, it's really convenient. I've got lots of seating all the way around it. Of course, my portal's up there. And it's just, if you live on a boat, you know, it's just another place to stick stuff. And I got my laptop. That's a digital antenna for TV when I do use it. Storage, collecting spot for other stuff. Over on this is the port side. This is where I keep a lot of other stuff. I got like extra stuff, my drinks, and hang up my life vest up there. This is where I actually sleep down here. If you notice, I got this thing is held up. This is the back cushion. When it's down, you can sit up against it, but if you raise it up like this, it gives me like 8 extra inches of space to sleep under there, and it's quite comfortable for me because I fit the whole way. My toes barely hit the bottom, my head barely hits the top, so it's really convenient. So this is where I installed the built-in microwave, which I can't use unless I have shore power. There's my stove to cut down. I put a little, this is a dorm size refrigerator at the bottom, which I can run through my inverter, which is kind of nice. And back in here behind this is the engine compartment, which I will be taking off later. And I have to change the belt, change the antifreeze, check all my oils, other fluids. That's the project I've been putting off. I need to get done today because I plan to be leaving in a few days. And of course, on the floor here, this is my actual kind of expensive handmade quilt that I'm using to keep the floor warm. Because me, like a fool, when I knew I was coming down south, I said, well, it's going to be warm down. I'm not going to need a carpet. So I got rid of the carpet. But as I got down here, I had never really been warm. So I put that down just to help insulate the floor against the cold that comes through all the time. And everybody has a TV that I don't usually use. this is where my actual nav station takes place. It's all my nav books and everything, and I just use the table to do that with, and collection of DVDs and games that when I get back to shore power, I'll be able to use my Xbox game again. And we'll go ahead and move forward. This is the head, and then here, this is my hanging closet, to have all my clothes that I can hang, and I have tools stuck away in the back in there, and keep track of all that stuff. Extra containers, and this is everybody's favorite spot, the actual head. My sink, you know, those things. I keep the toilet paper inside those so they don't get moist or anything like that. You see, I've got a lot of stuff to clean still. And down here is where the bilge is, where I will be replacing that today. I have an automatic bilge pump, which is no longer automatic. So I do have another one to use for it. Now come up to the V-berth, which most boaters, I'm sure, unless you're a couple, I guess, your V-berth is just another word for extra storage space. And this is where I put all my extra gear. You know, I have my clothes in here. I have this bin here has boat items. This black one here, which is one that I'm glad. I almost left that back because that was all my winter stuff. It turns out that's what I've been wearing most of this time. So, and this bag here, which someday I'll be able to get used, is all my dive gear. And of course up front, behind that door there is my chain locker, and above it, that's the anchor locker. So I rebuilt that whole thing up there, and that's where all the road and the chain goes down for my anchor situation. And of course, you see all the other storage that I've used, and it's that's a collection of stuff. And of course, I call this it's the forward hatch, but I call it my escape hatch, because if I am here, I can actually get out through that thing. So that's about the extent of my thing today. Just give you a little look around. Like I said, I didn't realize that, you know, a lot of people haven't ever seen the inside of my boat, except maybe the table when I was working on something. But this is what she looks like. It's got a bunch of clutter, but you realize once you get on a boat, this wasn't really a big cruiser boat. It was just like a day sailor, coastal cruiser. So it wasn't equipped with a lot of storage. Like I say, most boats have storage cabinets back over there and behind down in there, and this one just doesn't. I've got a rail, and that's it. And that's it. So later on, I will be fixing, like I said, working in here, and I will be working in here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put this on the tail end of this video, or if I'm going to wait and put that on a separate one another time. But I hope to be leaving in a couple days. This is what, Saturday morning. Light breeze blowing. Like I said, it's got up to 62 supposedly, but with the overcast, with not much sunshine through, it still doesn't feel that warm. But I'll see if I get back with you later about the repairs or the replacements, or maybe put it on a different one altogether. See you later. Bye-bye.